Good morning. Update as promised. It is now Tuesday. This weekend was LARP, which was amazing and also very, very wet. About a couple days out, we were given blizzard warnings in Los Angeles, which is wild. I heard it was going to snow on the Hollywood sign, there was hail in the valley, and all kinds of, world ending nonsense. I did end up going anyway, but it was very wet and very rainy and very muddy everywhere. I'm still trying to figure out how to clean out my tent because that's going to be a nightmare. So far, I'm still here where I was because we were supposed to do intake last week, and then I couldn't go, and then Brennan couldn't go, and then she didn't answer the phone. And it's Tuesday, and I'm still waiting for her to get back to me, so I don't know when that's happening. I live in Box City for now, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about keeping my private room and my nice computer for another day, so hey. LARP was great. My coat went wonderfully. There was a bunch of people that recognized it for what it was, and I was like, yes, I made this coat, and then got a chance to use it again as a Dacian, so that was exciting. People really loved it. Um, I did go to the Celestial Kin meetup Saturday morning and got to meet a bunch of people from the Celestial Discord. And then I went to the Dacian meeting in the afternoon, which was delightful. All of the Dacians are fucking great. Um, Especially when Sirocco goes, yes, my turn to speak regarding page 2 of The Assassin, because the Paloma assassination made the paper, which had only gone out like an hour or two ahead of time. And I saw him come into the tavern, pick it up, flip through it, put it back down before the meeting. And he's like, yeah, about that. And I was like, I think he's upset that they're in the news. And then it turns out he was upset that it was only page 2. It's funny to me. You have these NPCs going, I'm coming behind you, sneaky stab stab. You've been assassinated. Would you like a copy of The Assassin? And it's like the rumor rag, which is just delightful. And like part of me wants to get involved with that down the line because that shit's funny. Um, there's really silliness like top 10 worst times to get attacked by the Thetaspari, and it's like anytime at all. Anytime you're at the privy, anytime you're on a date at the Scale and Tail, and it's so precious. Some of the rumors are definitely like references to other things that I don't understand, but I'm okay with that. It sounds fun. So there's a little paper that goes around, and there's little restaurants and people just walking around selling things, which was really cool. There was a girl who was doing this like cat, coyote, fox, fae thing. Who was selling cookies that she'd brought from home that were amazing. There was a Trahazi fellow who made homemade baklava, and he saved me like the last piece. And I was like, oh, thank you. It was amazing. There was another lady at the Trahazi camp who was just like giving out soup to players because it was raining and miserable and cold. And she goes, would you like so much soup? And I'm like, I would fucking love some soup. And it was like this nice spicy goulash thing, and it was, oh, so good. There was another guy that walked past me when I was in Logi getting my gathering who was selling truffles. Truffles, yo! Big ass truffles. And I'm like, I want, but it has 1 silver left. I only got 2 silver when I rolled, so I was very poor all weekend. And I spent half of that getting herbs. I got another silver from the Dacian camp because that's our cultural perk. Every culture gets a goodie for some reason at the culture meetings for just joining your culture. And it was great because we did the culture meeting, and she goes, and here's my favorite part. And she just has a handful of silver. She goes, thank you for being Dacian. Thank you for being Dacian. Thank you for being Dacian. And I'm just like, you're precious. It's like that auntie you go to their house for dinner and she just hands you $50 just because on principle, and I'm like, bless you. You're my favorite. I love her. So like I was really broke all weekend I mean, at one point, Rhea's character bought me lunch just because I was like, I have like one silver. And she goes, I got you, don't worry about it. So I actually ended up eating fairly decently for almost no money this weekend, which was good because I was very broke. I was originally going to get a meal plan from Snack Camp, and then Chef ended up not coming. So they ended up canceling meal plan like 3 days out, and I was like panicking and packed like cereal and Chef Boyardee and ended up eating cold spaghetti and meatballs before my NBC shift Saturday night for lack of better meal. But during the day, like there were shops you could go to, and I got something from this guy they call the Taco Demon at the corner of Murder Alley, and he was doing this like bulgogi gochujang stir fry thing that was amazing. And then I had the soup, and I did pretty well for myself considering. But it's in character and out of character. I'm like, I need to get some in character currency because I was hungry and there was food I could not afford. So we'll work on that. I think with the jewelry thing, he should be making some decent money on as we go down. Um, but it was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of really cool people. NPC shift was fun because I was doing the anchor Saturday night, and we whooped ass. There were like 3 or 4 guys in the crew that were like professional martial arts guys, and we were destroying the PCs. Although there was a really cool moment, I'm playing one of the thieves and grabbing loot, so I'm not technically in the battle, I'm like watching it, and we're like pushing them around the corner of the tavern, and I watch a band of Celestials come around the corner to flank, and it's like 4 or 5 of them, and it's like Sir Luminitis and Anduriel who have got all this lit up armor, and they're just glowing in the dark, and it looked really cool, really badass, and I'm like, oh, there's the Celestials. Like, in NPC, I'm like, fuck those guys, and in character, and I'm like, that's my babies. Anduriel looks like such a badass. Luminitis is so badass. I was just like, I love my boys. And it was just a lot of fun. I definitely see why people like would NPC all weekend. I mean, I love Joriel. I'm gonna keep him. He's awesome. But like, honestly, if you were between characters, I would just take Gathering and do NPC shift all weekend because that's awesome. Um, but there were some cool people. There's some great costumes, and it's just mind blowing the creativity some people have. And there was this one kid. They were like a celestial Dacian. I'm pretty sure they're transmask. I'm not sure, but holy crap, he was so heckin' cute. I just wanted to shove him in my pocket. He had like this gold mask with the feathers and this like purple silk scarf, and I'm just like, you are too precious for words. I want to keep you. Um, but it was amazing. I'm already making plans for next gathering, even though don't have money really to get any of them done. Although I did get some sales this weekend. I was delighted when I was having the cold spaghetti meatballs for dinner in my tent before NPC shift. I went and checked my data, and I got like 4 sales over the weekend, which is nice. So most of that money went right into getting some charm stuff for Joriel, because not only will I sell that game, but I'm going to throw it into the Etsy shop and try to navigate away from all the string craft, because the knit and crochet takes forever. It's not very cost effective anymore. I mean, it used to be a ball of yarn was $1 or less, and now it's like 3 or 5, and it's just not cost effective. Versus jewelry, which I can make a necklace for less than $1, and it takes a lot less time. So I'm going to try and transition towards jewelry, and I'm going to use Joriel as like a focus for that. But realistically, I'm going to throw that into the Etsy shop and see what I can do with that. And it takes a lot less space when it's done and lying around waiting to get sold, versus the 3 totes of yarn that I have lying around right now. So that's going to be a thing. I will post updates to that when they show up. Right now I'm starting off with some in-character stuff, so because he is a silver weaponsmith, I am getting specifically silver charms and silver chains to start with. So there's gonna be a rose. There's one that's got a bunch of swords of different varieties, which I feel is appropriate given he's a silver weaponsmith. Um, Angel wings, although somebody said they've got some rose wings that they could probably send me for freezies or for cheap or for in-game currency, which is nice. Dame Quinn is going to cover me that, which is one of the Celestials. Um, so I found some masks that I really liked. I looked all over the place for masks, and I found some I really thought were pretty, but they're like $30 for the set, which is kind of ridiculous as far as charms go. Um, let's see. Rose, wings, swords, masks. I also found some really cute like Easter egg ones that are gold instead of silver. So I'm like having to buy a set of gold and silver chains to go with them. But I'm gonna do that as the like March Gathering special or something. They're really cute. I hope I sell all of them. Um, but that will be the start. I have some really adorable charms that like aren't technically Joriel style, but are freaking cute, and I want to do them. There's some like boba tea ones and these little crystal balls that have got like sparkles and confetti and shit in them, and they're just so fucking pretty, and I want them. It's like I'm not buying them right now, but they're so pretty. So we'll see what we can do. If I can get a whole little stand set up of those and sell them here and at other fairs and stuff, then hopefully I can make some decent side money off of that. It's just I'm trying to find ways to make money. You know how it is. So if I get a side hustle that's more profitable, I will do that. I don't know. There's not much else to ramble about. I'm just kind of, twiddling my thumbs and waiting for this intake to happen. I did redo the algos, my social media algorithms, so it is no longer going to Cosplay Crafts. I went and edited anything that said Cosplay Crafts, and it's all going to Looting Productions, and so now I've also got all of the crafts on the Blake's Dungeon website. As I filter them out, I think I'm just going to delete it. Realistically, I need to redo the entirety of my social media output, but I don't have the bandwidth for that right now. It'll probably have to wait till I get my computer back. But, staying busy. Very much staying busy. I will let you guys go for now and give you more updates when supplies come in and hopefully when I moved. But for now, it is a lot of sitting on my hands and twiddling my thumbs. Today, the goal is to get that wardrobe disassembled and pack up what's left. So, I will talk to you all anon, as Bernadette Banner says. Cheers!